Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, and this is the City of Tempe hearing officer hearing for the month of May. I'm going to go ahead and read something into the record, and then we have a pretty brief agenda this afternoon, so the meeting won't be that long. The City of Tempe hearing officer is authorized by Arizona Revised Statutes and the City of Tempe Zoning and Development Code. The hearing officer is granted the authority to conduct public hearings to decide upon the abatement of code violations occurring on properties within the city. These violations include deteriorated pools, structures, or landscaping, storage of junk or refuse, and inoperable or unregistered vehicles. Abatement actions are brought before the hearing officer by the city's Code Compliance Division, typically after numerous attempts at contacting the property owner to obtain voluntary compliance with the code. The hearing officer may issue an order directing the owner, occupant, property manager, or other responsible person to remediate a code violation, or may authorize the city to abate the property. The cost of the abatement is the responsibility of the owner of the property where the violation occurs and will be collected as an assessment against the property in violation of the code. On today's agenda, we have two items. We have a set of minutes from April 15th, 2025, and a single property abatement. I was informed just a little while ago that agenda item number 2 has now been brought into compliance, and so the abatement hearing is no longer necessary. Any property owner who is aggrieved by a decision of the hearing officer may file an appeal within 14 calendar days after the hearing officer has made a decision. The deadline for appealing any decision rendered today is 3 p.m. on May 20th, 2025. Appeals are heard by the Board of Adjustment, after which they may also be appealed to Superior Court. A property owner has 14 days after the hearing officer's decision to either file an appeal or bring the property into code compliance. If an appeal isn't filed or the property isn't brought into compliance within this required 14-day time frame, the property will be abated by the city. Joining me this afternoon from Community Development are Cassidy Hernandez to my left and also Sean DeFara. Thank you guys for being here. First item on our agenda this afternoon is a set of meeting minutes from April 15th, 2025. I had a chance to review the minutes when they were sent to me after that hearing, and I believe that they accurately reflect what took place at that hearing. So I'm going to approve the minutes from April 15th, 2025. And the next item on our agenda is a request for approval to abate public nuisance items at the Moore property. This property is located at 438 West Hermosa Drive. The applicant is the City of Tempe, represented this afternoon by Code Inspector Sammy Baptiste. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam Hearing Officer. My name is Sammy Baptiste, and I am a Code Compliance Inspector with the City of Tempe Code Compliance Division. I'm here this evening to request a 180-day open abatement for the property located at 438 West Hermosa Drive, Tempe, Arizona, 85282. This case was initiated on April 30th, 2024 by a public complaint for the violation of a deteriorated roof, junk, trash, and debris, deteriorated fence, and deteriorated landscaping consisting of overheight grass and weeds and dead tree in the front, side, and backyards. On this day, an initial inspection was conducted and the violations were confirmed at that time. A first notice was issued and mailed to the homeowner, Marilyn Moore, at the property address. From then on, multiple re-inspections were conducted with some progress made with the grass and weeds being cut and some junk, trash, and debris removed. However, the remaining violations were not corrected, and so a final notice was sent at a later date. On September 16th, 2024, a citation was issued to the homeowner and pictures were taken that day. The amount of extra time is due to me being away on military leave and being able to provide additional time for correcting the violations. On September 30th, 2024, the owner failed to appear for court. During multiple re-inspections, I did observe junk, trash, and debris in the backyard and alley, as well as receiving an additional complaint for a deteriorated landscape. Throughout this case, multiple attempts to return contact to the owner have been made, and multiple pink placards, along with my business cards, have been posted at the residence. However, no contact had ever been received back. As of this afternoon, all violations remain. You will see in the photos that it does not appear that the owner has made any significant progress. And at this time, I'd like to present photos.
Okay, thank you. The ones that I have in my packet are dated March 11th, so it'll be helpful to get some updated ones.
All right, Madam Hearing Officer, at this time, this is the address of 438 West Hermosa Drive. This is looking at the east side of the property. As you can see, there's a lot of overheight grass and weeds, as you can see here in the gravel landscape area.
So from March, the boxes have been removed because there were some big,
So the boxes were located right behind this wall.
oh, okay. They were just located.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a visual from the other side of the front of the property. You can see a little bit of growth of grass and weeds in the gravel area. Got a lot of debris from the tree falling there and some exposed weed barrier there. Madam Hearing Officer, this is a view from the backyard in the alley. As you can see, there's some growth of overhigh grass and weeds along the exterior perimeter of the property. This is just an overview outside of the fence there. And in this corner, Madam Hearing Officer, is where those boxes were. Some of them had been removed, but some still remain.
Okay.
And this is a closer view inside of the backyard. There's a large dead tree stump there with some overgrowth there.
And is the home occupied as far as you can tell?
From every time I've been there, Madam Hearing Officer, I don't believe it is.
Oh, okay.
Again, this is another view from about the center of the backyard. As you can see, the dead tree stump there and some overgrowth grass and weeds, and then a little bit of dead portions of the cacti there. Madam Hearing Officer, this is the furthest west side of the property. As you can see, the deteriorated fencing, some debris on the ground. And this is the further side that shows still that there hadn't been any progress made. So as stated before, Madam Hearing Officer, I am seeking a 180-day open abatement for the violations of the nuisance code 21-3B1 for junk, trash, and debris on the property, and 21-3B8 for the deteriorated landscaping throughout the property at 438 West Hermosa Drive in Tempe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for bringing the pictures. Those are really helpful. Mr. DeFaro, do we have anyone on the line wanting to talk about this item?
Madam Hearing Officer, no one online.
Okay, thank you, and I'll make a note for the record. There's no one here in the chamber other than City of Tempe staff, so there's no one here wanting to speak on the agenda item. So given the lack of responsiveness, you can, either way, you can stand up or sit down. I'm just gonna render my opinion. Given the lack of responsiveness on the part of the property owner and the duration of the case going back well over a year to April of last year. And I know some of it was due to your absence, but nevertheless, it's been ample time for the property owner to get their act together and get this property cleaned up. So I'm going to go ahead and approve your 180-day open abatement request for the Moore property at 438 West Hermosa, contained in case CE 243279. Thank you. And that does it for our agenda this afternoon. Any announcements?
Madam Hearing Officer, our next hearing officer is scheduled for Tuesday, May 20th, here in the council chambers at 5 p.m. and live on Tempe 11.
Okay, thank you. We're adjourned.